It's got Vegas in here too. This is Vegas. Like I guess then the Vegas nightlights, man. So yeah, I got it set up throughout the house. They're actually energy saving bulbs though. Like I can dim them and change the colors on them and stuff like that. So it's actually less energy being used, I guess, or whatever. Even though energy's free, um, you
Not
know,
on this plane of existence.
no,
That's
no,
just
not when the colonizers are in control. It's not. Let me get my water real quick, brother. Hold
that's funny, man. I was just having a conversation with somebody in my thread,
on.
and he's, you know how it always is. I share this info. It's bro, it's just really frustrating and annoying when you give somebody an answer to a parable that has been a mystery and they have no clue what it is. It's like, you know how many times I ask people, what does 666 mean? And
Uh-huh.
it's always this same generic answer. It's a generic answer, man.
What do they
Oh,
give you?
well, it's Revelations 13:18. You can find the answer in Revelations, they'll tell you. Or they'll tell you the biggest one that they always tell you is, oh, 666 is it's something to do with the devil. That's what they say. It's something to do
Yeah.
with the devil. Well, in a sense, I guess you could say, yeah, but we got to keep in mind that the creator is one spirit. So if you're going to start saying that the devil exists, then the devil exists through those that were created on the sixth day, man. Those without the spirit on them,
Mm-hmm.
those that are
The empty
created in an
shells.
image,
The
right?
empty
Why?
shells.
I'm sorry.
The empty shells, man, that have
Yeah,
no value to them. Yeah, no care for anything except themselves.
right. If you go to thesaurus and you punch in the very word phantom, uh, it'll tell you right there that those that are created on the sixth day are a vampire. Well, mostly it's a ghost. But anyways, it was that guy. He was going back and forth with me, and the thing is I leave them a video to look at, and I can tell right away that I send somebody a video to look at, and they come into the room, start barking and stuff. They haven't even looked at the video. That's what's frustrating about it, is it because their demon won't allow them to hear the answer to 666. They just can't process the truth, man. They
Mm-hmm.
everything everything that exists, every number that deals with Jesus Christ turns into a six. I mean, in the Hebrew concordance, his number is 2424. You break that down to 66. Christianity, his number's 888. You break that down to a single digit, it's six. Also, the word said three times in succession in the beginning of the New Testament. In the beginning was the word, which is an epithet to Jesus. The word is an epithet to Jesus. And the word, when you add the sum of the word, comes to 60, and 6 plus 0, 6 said three times in succession is 666. You have
Mm-hmm.
this mountain of information that talks about the 666 system. We share it over and over and over. I mean, with thousands and thousands of Christians, we put this information out, man, and they will thumb their nose up to you and straight up tell you that that's not what it means. Right after they just ask them, hey, what does 666 mean? Do you know what this means? And they say, well, it has something to do to the devil. And then I'll say, yeah, it does have something to do with the devil, but can I expand on that for you? And they'll say, like, sure. And then when I expand on it, man, they look at me like I'm a nutbag, man. And they'll straight up say, nah, that's not what it means. Well, how the hell do you know what it means? You could only tell me it has something to do with the devil.
They don't like learning. Fake humility. They talk a big game, but they don't show it. They don't back it up. They don't walk it in action. So because we're all learning and growing, and all of us that are putting in the effort and the work. But there's those who think they have it, they know it all, and that you can't possibly be right. That's pride on their part, brother John. They're just pissed off that you came up with something that, and came the spirit guided you to something that they didn't have knowledge of, and so they got pride and ego in their hearts. That's all there is to it. Because I love learning from others who bring out stuff that I didn't know about and things of that nature. All my brother's channels that I watched, and I'm like, wow, that was awesome, man. That was some badass shit right there. I'm like,
Right.
that's awesome. That's called knowledge, accruing knowledge, man. I was
Right. You at
listening.
least hear it. I always tell everybody you gotta hear both sides of the argument. That's what prepares you for a battle.
Right.
If you only know one side of the argument and you're being taught this agenda and this structure in the Bible, and I've noticed it from both sides that Christianity teaches one base of religion, and then even those Israelites that are teaching Yahushai, they teach another sense of another doctrine. So they're definitely two different doctrines that are being taught here. And what's a shame about it is the Hebrew Israelites that's pushing Yahushua is God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the camps and stuff, right?
Right. They
Right.
just changed the white lie, Jesus Christ crucified, to a black lie, Yahushua.
Mm-hmm. It's still an idol. It's still an idol,
Right.
man. It's still an idol. You know, I mean, it's silly. Like I was trying to see what in this 1828, if it had phantom in here. It's got
Oh, in your dictionary that you got there, that
yeah, the
new
Noah's
dictionary,
Webster one, something that appears, an apparition, a specter. Um,
right?
yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot on it, just a little bit, but I mean, it has
That's why I use thesaurus, man. Thesaurus is
something.
use
Well,
those
this,
two.
yeah, but this, dude, I'm telling you, this Noah Webster and this dictionary, look at it, bro. He freaking, he,
I
he's
have
the
one
only,
like that too.
he's the only one I know that went around and broke down all the different etymologies of languages and stuff. Today's stuff changes. You see it, they got a Mandela effect going on. Like you can go look at a definition and read it, and then you can
Next
go
day
back
it's
to it
changed.
and it's changed. Yeah, this stuff
I mean,
doesn't
on the
change.
computer, especially, bro.
This doesn't change in here, bro. It's eight. Like this was the dictionary in 1828. Everybody was going off of for definition. So, because there's a lot of good stuff in here, man. He really gets into the early parts of like the different the Hebraic, the Gothic, the Teutonic origins of languages and stuff like that and stuff. It gets pretty deep, man. It's it
What year is that, Dick? That one there?
1828 Noah Webster.
Okay, I have a second edition American Heritage. It's doesn't look quite as thick as yours, but it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
a good book. And I'm in this quite a lot myself.
Because um, the definition Prester in here is in Prester John is whoever like 432 the drop, Kirmayo and them are stating in the con drop clan are talking about King David was Prester John. He was here in the Americas in the definition for Prester, which you don't even hear of that anymore, bro. Like a meteor thrown from the clouds with such violence that by collision it is set on fire the external part of the neck, which swells when a person is angry. To kindle or inflame a prester, and so it's like, but they actually go to it too, and they have dragon in here or dracon. Uh,
And how are you spelling Prester?
Prester. Yeah, they might not even have it in there. See, They've eliminated, and then they make up their own words too, or definitions to them as they go along.
Prester.
Yeah, Prester. And there was, and Prester John was here in the Americas, and
Yeah,
that's
it's not in here, bro.
yeah. See, and they're saying he's, and that's they're showing with facts he was King David. He was King David, and he was here. He was trying to keep these lands righteous, obviously, as you read in the Bible, that he was trying to keep the heathens from destroying shit. And Prester John, that's why I said people are so silly. Like, okay, so King David wasn't born. He wasn't. Dude, Prester John was around like a couple hundred years ago. That's why I laugh about. Okay, that's why I said the Bible is not just the past, people. It's the present and the future too. Prophesy means future. It doesn't mean past. Prester John. Uh, 12th, okay, 12th to 17th centuries told of a Nestorian patriarch, but I love how they always like to revert everything back to some other land other than here. Um, but okay, so
Yeah, there's a lot of controversy going on right there. Let's talk a little bit about that. What's that? A lot of the camps believe that the Hebrew nations were here already, and a lot of other people believe that they were traveled here. Your argument is you can move a person from one spot and move them 20 or 30 miles away. If they don't know the geometry of the area, they ain't no
mm-hmm,
squat about where they've been to. They could also load people up on a ship, go out in the middle of the sea, cart around in circles for a day or two, and then bring them right back to maybe another area that's what, 30, 40 miles away.
oh
They
yeah,
not know the geometry of the thing. And
mm-hmm,
then everybody think that they've come from all these other places.
oh yeah, absolutely. You could take somebody from the Caribbean and move them right up to Florida, and they wouldn't have a fucking clue unless they had been there before.
So then in the Bible, where did the yokes of chains come from?
Well,
They
the
shall put
people
them
here
in.
were the people here were in yokes and chains when the colonizers came here before any like African fucking set foot here. They were using these people here. Like I said in those books, I've got the indigenous black and shit. Black people are indigenous to Americas because it's actually Amaru, Amaruka, America. They just changed it to a C. African, the African language uses a C instead of a K. The Americas used a K instead of and not a C. So America was with a K, like Amaruka was America. There's these old maps that everybody's
Well,
showing me.
that sounds like more like America.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Amaruka. And so because in it show in Brother Curmeo and 432 the drop and all of them are showing too. In fact, Curmeo just did a live today where he's talking about people. It's not about color. I don't know how many times I got to say this. Color does not have an action does not have a color with it. Wicked does not have a color. Righteousness does not have a color. This is why
Right.
this is why we regress as people and don't grow because we picture something in our mind and that has to be so instead of taking the time and patience and due diligence to judge something based off of actions and
Actions.
actions, man. Because anybody can say anything. My ex used
Right.
to say shit all the time. Oh, I'm sorry, and give crocodile tears and shit, but her actions prove she wasn't sorry. So, I mean, so what? So you say it.
Right.
It means
One of my
nothing.
favorite one of my favorite sayings is the smallest act of kindness is greater than the best of intentions.
Good job, Travis Tritt. He sang that song "Best of Intentions." I'm having fun with you, that country song, and I'm laughing when it shows you how these songs try to indoctrinate you too. I had the best of intentions. Well, you know.
Oh yeah, everything's an indoctrination now. When the
Mm-hmm.
scales are removed from your eyes,
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
all indoctrination. It's like you see the television set now. It's just it's horrid, man. I could sit in there with my dad for a half hour eating a meal, and the commercials on television, they're all medical commercials. They're always pushing medical commercials. They're always pushing health care. They're always pushing these health services. Everything. It's always about the medications. I mean, I'm in there, and they're the ones that they like to push are those uh, aid medications and stuff like that, and they show the man holding another man's hand and laying down
Oh.
in the bed with one another, and it's just it's everywhere on every sitcom and every program. You can absolutely bet that somebody in the family's gay, or they're trying to push a transgender into it. It's shoved in your face, and you can't say anything other. The only thing that you can say is to stop buying the televisions and putting them things in front of in front of your kids, man, and buying cable. Holy shit, what that would shut them down right there within itself, right there.
Fucking A, dude. It's
Cable cut
amazing,
things
man.
would go out. The television people stop buying TVs altogether, man, and stop putting them inside of the house because they rot our children's minds. They've rotted everybody's minds in this plane of existence.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Absolutely, man. I mean, hardcore. Everybody's got to run to the TV set or newspapers or fucking news channels to get their information. I'm like, you're sad. You have no ability to think for yourself whatsoever, man. Like none at all. None ya. Yeah, they. So what I'm stating is this is the old world. This is the old. This is it was called the old pearl, as we talked about with Brother Corey the other night. Curameo is breaking down he is blowing up the lie on the Atlantic slave trade. He just put out a third video on it. I think he's got a total of like 9 hours. Dude, this people, the time and effort that he is putting into this alone blows most of the time most people study fucking period in a year. This is effort.
A
This is
year.
a year, man. Fuck. People, it takes effort to get on Kindle and get these old books that are showing the exact like histories of what happened and what occurred in what went down and how like he even that's why I was saying today in his life he said Huguenots, French Huguenots were melanated. Huguenot, Hugh. Think about that, Hugh, a shade.
Hue.
Hugh,
Hugh.
Hugh, yep.
Yeah.
And then and down in Florida, like I had said, on that Ghost Adventures, when they talk about Castillo de San Marcos, it's like one of the first episodes they did where that ugly fucking white bitch, and now I'm just calling her white because that was her skin tone. She could have been any color and being an ugly bitch, but she was that. So she was an ugly bitch. She made a reference in a comment that yeah, we have a saying around here that if you step on something and it's kind of raised up from the ground, you just push it back down. And she was talking about it being bones of people. And I'm like, damn, that bitch is wicked. That's how you talk about fucking man. That's disgusting. And so the Spanish conquistadors took them over to Anastasia Island, a bunch of French Huguenots, and massacred like 300 of them. 300 and something. And it also shows that a lot of Spanish had melanation too. Columbus had melanation, bro. The
You know
truth
what
is,
I think it is? I think
huh?
what they do is like, well, my dad, his brain is completely mush. But I do believe that they put a lot of truth bombs in the television and stuff that for the viewers. But there's this one show that's has something to do with an island, not Catalina Island, but it's they're treasure hunters, and it's called Oak Island or something like
Uh
that,
huh.
and they're supposed to be searching for gold, and you know all these programs. Who gets the money for this stuff? Who finances a show like this? And what's the purpose of the show? Are they really
Mm-hmm.
trying to bring you something other than entertainment? So yeah, I think that that Oak Island program that they play is got some
Good
bombs in
stuff
it, but
there.
I don't watch it though, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. No, they do. They show plenty of like truth in it. Like I think what's like about they show plenty of truth and stuff, man. I was trying to see if it had Kansas in here, Con, but it's got Con. Um, Con, America among the Tartars, a chief or prince. Con, America,
Con
bingo, Con.
America and a
I
chief
told
for
you that's what.
Prince.
That's why I told you Curameo on his intro of his shit. It says "Rise of the Americans." Their people are waking up to the fucking lies. People, it's the rise of the Americans. We're waking back up. We were everybody was walking in blindness at some point, but then there's those who have woke up in our look seeking diligently for truths and know that everything that's been flooded at us has been indoctrination, conditioning, programming, and a lot of lies. Not all lies. I don't want to use all because there's plenty of truth in there. You just got to know how to discern and seek it, and you can't do it if you're believing the fairy tales of these comptrollers that control all the narrative. You can't do it.
Right, have all the free pass monopoly money printed up that they need. Hey, I got a
Mm-hmm.
great idea, man. Why don't you and I just start printing up our own American dollar, man, and start our own?
Shit, we actually
We won't even we'll make it a 0.1 point of percent.
you can realistically like Sovereign Productions on 369 on there showing that you can. I mean, what's the difference of you printing up a number on a piece of paper and the government doing it? People, fucking, all yours is a bond. You're in servitude with it. It says a bond right on the fucking dollar, doesn't it?
A bond, it says a bill too.
Yeah,
It's a bill. Hold on, what? A bill? Yeah. So when you have a dollar, you got a bill.
yeah. Here it says a note. Let me see. I get the magnifying glass out. I thought for sure this is a 20. This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private.
Yeah, I don't recall ever seeing a bond on the back of any paper money for America. A bond is something different.
Okay. I know that our birth certificates say it's a bond. That says a bond on there. That's a fucking bad sign right there. Your birth certificate says a bond on it.
Oh
Why the
yeah.
fuck are you a bond?
And
That
there's a
you
number on the back of that birth certificate that probably ties in with your social security because that's the
Yeah.
first number that's given to you that you're born into the slave system when your parents go down and make the mistake of registering you as an American.
Uh-huh. Yeah. A colonizer. Because you're Swarty in here. Swarty. Okay, I'll read the definition on Swarty because this one's good. W. Okay, yeah. I still got to do that. Sometimes, like, say the alphabet in my head. Swarty. Okay. Um, being of a dark hue, moderately black, tawny. Um, I believe swart and swarth are never used in the United States. Why is that? Because they like starting race wars, motherfuckers. They like starting race wars. It's whites versus blacks. It's fucking brown
So
versus
that's what you're saying is that the blacks were called sortes back then?
anybody. Dude, I have a melanation in me. In the summer, I would have been called swarthy. Anybody with melanation in them that didn't look like a white shade was called negroid feature, swarthy, tawny. Tawny's another one for it because it even says it right here. Watch, swarthy is a common word. Never used in the United States, certainly not in New England. Swarthy is a common word. And then they try to use gloomy, malignant. Okay, so yeah, you're malignant because you have dark skin. Are you fucking idiots? See, to make tawny, dusk, duskily, with a tawny hue. Tawniness, a dusky or dark complexion. Being of a dark hue or dusky complexion, tawny. In, in warm climates, and this is a lie because they've proven that you had melanation all over the place, not just in warm climates. The complexion of men is universally swarthy or black. The Moors, Spaniards, and Italians are more swarthy than the French, Germans, and English. Their swarthy host would darken all our plains. Black.
Yeah, Italians are dark.
Yeah, well, there's Germans that were the ancient Brits, the ancient Celts, the Black Celts. They, the Druids, they were all Hebrew. The ancient Celts. You had Britain. You had parts of Italy. Dude, it was everywhere. Everywhere. They just try to create race wars, bro, because that's an easy way for people to let out aggression is based off of your skin tone. You're white, you must be an asshole. You're black, you must be an asshole. No,
The
your
world
actions.
is black and white.
Yeah, yeah. What's there? Yeah. Oh, right. There's no shades of any color, huh? Right. Yeah, no shades. Um, Narcissists see the world as black and white, bro. That's how, like, that's a big thing with narcissists. It's black and white. You either, like, have to be all good or all evil or all whatever. You know what I mean? It's everything's all with them or never. I could always, I mean, that's how my ex thought. Is it's all, and I'm like, okay, that makes no fucking logical
Yeah,
sense. But
evil and good don't have a color. And if they did, they're all colors combined together.
yeah, right. Absolutely. Freaking so yeah, so my what I'm saying is yeah, they moved people around from uh down South America. I'm looking at my map there, like Venezuela, and I'm talking like Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, all of that, all parts of Mexico, because you had the Olmecs, you had the Aztecs, you had the Mayans, and they would move people back all throughout the Americas in slave trade, and they would move them down, down to people from up here, down south, whatever. They move. That is a much. Let's think of that. It's much easier to do that than to travel all the way over to Africa, load up a boatload of people, and bring them all the way back. The expense for that is much greater than taking somebody from Jamaica and putting them in Virginia. It's much more costly to go all the way over. And then you had the factor of how many people were going to die coming overseas in a boat where they're crammed in fucking little boxes this big,
Like sardines.
puking on each other, seasick, getting sick, and all that. So yeah, right, people. I'm not saying that um, Afrikaans didn't come over here and stuff like that, but if you're going to try to say that was the start of slave trade, that's insanity. Because actually, many Afrikaan royal bloodlines took part in it, took part in the slave trade of the people from America. So they were the ones enslaving people as well and utilizing them as either slaves or indentured servants, like a 7-year contract. They would put you in, and then say after the 7 years are up, you get some land and a few indentured servants of your own and a house and whatever. And we talked, that's kind of what got into us talking last night, Brother John, about the 7-year thing in the Bible, too,
With
right?
Abraham and Isaac. Yeah,
Mhm.
when you said that, that's exactly what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
That
hit
they
on that, brother. Hit on that,
the
brother.
that the wages that are served. Well, the backstory to all of this is that you have Isaac, who's laid up on an altar. Abraham is told by the Lord to lay his son up on the altar. And the whole thing was that you and I were talking about is how would a child respond after being laid up on an altar by their parent, you know, raised with the knife? How do you think Isaac would have felt? You know, there's no backstory at all about what takes place with the rest of these families and stuff. You know, it's like Isaac just becomes an adult. But I mean, really, I don't think that I would anywhere around my parent if my dad tied me up and stuck me on an altar and raised a knife to slay me and then said, "Oh, I'm just jacking you. Don't you worry about it." Man.
April Fool! I said April Fool's Day.
That's I'd be hiding behind mom's coattail from there on, man. I'd never get around my dad after that.
Damn right, bro. You'd be so scared shitless. You'd have shit in your pants. And then
right.
Yeah. You'd never want to be around dad again.
So you have Jacob. The story now is Isaac rolls through. Isaac has his son Jacob, and Rebecca is Isaac's wife. And there's a lot of shady dealings that are going on between Rebecca and Isaac and even Abraham. There's just a lot of shady dealings that are going on. So the last thing that I read in chapter 31 is the uncle Laban, who asks Jacob, or Jacob tells him that, you know, I'll work for you for 7 years, man, but what I want in return for that 7 years is your daughter. And I think to myself, wow, man, that must be one gorgeous looking piece of tail that you're willing to serve up 7 years of your hard-earned labor in your life just for that woman to be your wife, right? So
yeah, maybe she had a hell of a spirit on her though too. Maybe she wasn't like a lot of women, you know. I mean, maybe she was like you could trust her to be a homely woman and faithful and stuff like that as well, because that's hard to find, bro. So
yeah, but the only problem with that, man, is later on in the book it talks about her stealing her uncle's gods.
Yeah,
her household right. gods. So the story so much for that part about her being an upright kind of person. If she's got so the whole deal is what really is baffling about this whole story, and it really eats at me because a lot of people are always saying that the Torah, the book, is just this perfect manuscript. It's infallible. It's perfect, right? And I can't fathom the thought of anybody. That's why I'm reading this whole thing, because when you start reading the whole Bible and you start seeing these stories, number one, if Jacob, I would challenge anybody on the face of the earth to tell me that you would work your ass off for 7 years knowing that the reward you're working for is right out there, man, in the field, and she has been looking good to you for 7 years. You've been waiting for this woman for 7 years. How are you going to get me to believe in the Bible that Laban dresses up his older daughter and sends his oldest daughter into Jacob? And after he goes to Laban and says, I've given you my 7 years, now give me my wife. I want to make love to her. This is what he says to Laban. And then Laban's going to turn around and give the older daughter to Jacob. My question here, my point here is, wouldn't have Jacob ripped them clothes off of that woman, man? He's been waiting 7 years for her, right? How could Leah come into the bedroom if Jacob had been waiting on this woman, Rachel, for 7 years, and then all of a sudden think that you're going to send something, one curve at a place, man, one breast, this breast is too big, man. I know I've been staring at this woman in the field for 7 years. That ain't the breast I've been looking at. This is not the butt I've been imagining in my hands, all right? That's not it. So the question is how are we to get ourselves to believe that Laban could send his oldest daughter in and pull the wool over Jacob's eyes after working for 7 years to be with this woman, Rachel? Who could swallow that pill?
Wow. I love it, bro. Yeah, he didn't know. He was such in a state of euphoria that he was going to get his rocks off that he didn't notice any difference in the two.
He forgot to take the clothes off.
He's like, we're going to have to try this again in an hour or so. I already went in my pants.
I've been waiting 7 years, man. Sorry about that, baby.
Man. And what kind of guy is Laban to pull that ruse on fucking Jacob like that. That's wow, what a great guy, man. Hey, now I
Just
got
to
you,
say,
huh?
yeah.
Now you got to work for another 7 for her.
Right. So that's 14 years. And then he worked another 6 years for the flock. So this guy gave 20 years of his time and what he got out of it. But in the end, what it all sounds, because Laban, you can definitely tell, is a Gentile. And the Lord said what? That he's going to bless the Gentile that bless his children. So if Jacob was being blessed by doing all this work for Laban, and then Laban was screwing him, the Lord saw that Laban was putting the screws to him. That's why when the flock started breeding and stuff, that they started coming out speckled and streaked and all this, because the Lord was blessing them after he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll make this deal with you. But then after he makes the deal, this is when he shears off. And then you have you have Rachel now, who has stolen her father's household gods. Now you got to ask yourself, what the hell kind of gods are those that he's chasing Jacob and Rachel down for 7 days trials across, brings his family, brings his whole harem, brings everything that he owns and chases across the mountains for 7 days for household gods? Oh, yeah. So now we know that Laban has gods. And if them gods, and if he has idol gods, then we know that Laban was of the devil, and that's why he was always trying to bend Jacob over and put the screws to him. And then the Lord said, okay, I brought him to you. He worked your crops. He worked your farm. He worked your flocks. He did things for you. He made you flourish. He gave you everything. And at every change, you tried to change his wages 10 times. I'm going to show you. So you have a lot of arguing and, again, fighting going on between Laban's other sons and stuff, because now they felt that Jacob got all of the flocks and everything. They're being screwed from it all. And then you're going to believe that if you've chased these people down across the field for 7 freaking days, man, you don't care if your daughter's bleeding on top of that freaking camel. Come on down here, sweetheart. Get down off the camel. Daddy's got a check for my household gods.
Oh my God.
And then another question to ask yourself, dude, is, okay, so she lies to her dad and says, I can't get off the camel. I'm on my period right now. She's got daddy's household gods underneath of her camel strap and stuff. Her husband's telling her, whoever it is that took any idols, they will not live. So now her own husband's saying, they ain't going to live. Take what's yours. Get it out of here. Search all the shit you want. So he goes through everything. He can't find it. And the one thing that he doesn't check might be underneath of the daughter's thing. What is Rachel going to say to Isaac after they reach their destination and they unpack everything? What, is she planning on putting her idols underneath the sink?
No, she's got a bomb. She's got a bomb shelter. She's got a bomb shelter. She's going to put them in. I can hide them down there.
I just love asking these silly ass questions. Well, what about this? Well, what about that? I mean, come on.
Yeah, because it's called using critical thinking skills, people. That if you just believe anything you read, no matter what you read, then you're pretty docile. I mean, that's docile. I'm sorry, truth hurts, but it's docile. That's docileness. When you don't question. See, we grew up in this whole system in society that don't ever question authority. Why not? Why? So you're just a robot and you just give people respect when it's not earned, when that you take them for their word as truth, when you have no fucking clue whether it is true or not, until you put in the time and effort to see if it's true. I mean, we've been indoctrinated in these education systems to just believe, believe, believe. Don't question anything.
Right.
And now we're waking up and they don't like it. They're scared shitless. People are waking up and going, what the fuck? Hold up.
Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful thing when they realize that they've lost all their power. What's even more crazy about that story is, what are the Q words that I'm looking at here? Rachel stole her She
You
stole
stole.
something, man. All
Yep.
right. This is a prophet. This is Isaac's wife. A
Dude.
prophet of the Most High. A man
Yeah.
walking straight with the Lord's got a wife who's stealing household gods.
Yeah, I mean, I'd take something that's mine if they're not trying to give it back or something. Fuck yeah, I'll take it. They can because then they would probably call it stealing, but um, uh, because they like to label anything that somebody else does. But when you're stealing, like, yeah, what household gods? I mean, what the fuck, man? Okay, I'd be getting the fuck out of there. It's time to roll. Let's go, guys. We're getting out of this slave mentality, and fucking we're busting out. We're
Hey,
busting
let's just
loose.
pretend for a second that Laban finds the idols. How's the story go then?
Yeah.
Jacob just said that he'd kill anybody who's got, if you got any idols here, they will not live. Oh,
Yep.
dear
Uh
goodness
oh. Rachel's in trouble. Yeah, and if you do, what were those books? What were those books that you could choose the ending on them when we were younger?
Alternate endings.
Yeah, they were. What were those books? They were the.
Encyclopedia Brown.
It wasn't
I don't know.
Goosebumps. Was it Goosebumps? Could you choose that? Could in Goosebumps? Could you do it? Did it have a couple different endings in
I
those
don't
books?
know.
Um, have alternate endings. Let's see. Alternate endings. Let's see.
I
When
know
we were younger,
those,
I remember that. Um,
those Final Destination movies, they all have alternate endings.
do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were books I remember. Yeah, that when we were growing up in, and it would have like alternate endings. If you made this choice, this is the path that occurred. If you made this choice, this is what happened. Seems pretty legit though, really. Like in our lives, we've had moments where we made choices and our past would have been different if we would have made a different choice.
Right. Yeah. Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, fucking, we know that to be true for a fact. So, I mean, um, that is, those are
Yeah.
actually,
It's better walking through life knowing that we've been corrected by the Creator.
yeah.
We didn't even know it all this time, man. Oh, you want to fornicate with her? Okay, we'll give you an insane, out of her mind, lying, cheating, screwing around woman just for you. Go ahead, lay down with her.
Fresh off the press.
She's
She's
all
hot.
yours.
All yours, man. Bro, yeah. Dude, they have slave definition in here. They've got a lot of them in here, bro. We're talking about that because that's the whole thing. You had indentured servant, and then you had slave. There were differences.
Yeah,
Um,
man. Well, hit on that because that's always been a problem for me too. These people, these prophets, they have servants. I thought that we're all supposed to serve the Creator, and we got all these other lords that are being rich and they're being blessed and they're being given things. Is it possible that all these things, all these prophets that were thrown in out into this Gentile world and stuff, may have succumbed to the temptations of the wealth and the riches? Not saying that they did, but as an alternate ending.
as an alternate ending. Um, a person, slave definition, a person who is wholly subject to the will of another, one who has no will of his own, but whose person and services are wholly under the control of another.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Hmm.
so yeah. Now that you say that, let's not forget about what else the sisters Leah and Rachel did. What did they do? They both started bringing their slave girls to Isaac and saying, "Here, bone this one here too, man. I want this one." Right?
Wow.
Because Rachel was all jealous of her sister because her sister was spitting kids out. I mean, come on, think
Yeah.
about it.
And she was
How
barren.
is this one going to go over well, man? We got two sisters that you're laying down with.
Oh,
Come
that's going to go
on.
over great. Yeah, there
Come
won't be any.
on,
Oh,
really?
man.
No one's going to be jealous in this.
Yeah, there won't be any cat fights. Maybe somebody
No, not
slipping
at all,
some.
sister. I love you, man. Come on over here. Let's climb into bed with daddy.
Yeah. Sounds like a Roman. It sounds like a Roman story right there, a Greek Roman story about, we got a menage going on here. And
They
uh
all sound like that, bro. Just like that, man. That I keep trying to tell people that the book sounds like a soft porn magazine,
it
in,
sure does.
indoctrinating you softly with stories like Lot. The men in Lot's home and those men coming around the door and saying, "Bring those men outside so that we can have sex with them." It's
Yeah,
all
please.
indoctrination.
Yeah, please. Those ones who like to clamor and say that the Torah is infallible and there's no lies in it. You know who you are, brothers. You're gonna tell me that Lot's daughter's getting him drunk and having sex with him, and he doesn't even know what's going on and stuff is holy and righteous. Are you shitting me, man? What is your definition of holy and righteous? Does it change according to the story, or is it set on a firm foundation of what righteousness is? Sounds like you move the goalpost to fit the narrative to me. Sounds like a narcissist to me. I'll just move the goalpost around whatever I need it to be in that moment. That's what righteousness is. Fucking, that's disgusting, man. Like two daughters getting their dad liquored up and then taking turns getting impregnated by him. Are you shitting me? You think this is of the Most High? I don't think so. I don't think that's what he said. Hey, that sounds like a great that the world won't go crazy with that kind of shit or nothing. Nah, incest, uh,
Well,
dads and
that's
daughters.
exactly what the Bible is. It's that's what it's leading you to. It's like when I'm reading this Bible the way it is right now, bro. I'm telling you, it's just like watching Red Tube.
Watching
When I
what?
watch Red Tube, when I was
Oh
in my
yeah.
sins and I was watching the pornography and stuff, all of the
Mm-hmm.
titles, man. If you went to these porn sites now, they're all freaking brother makes love with the sister, daddy sticks his little girl. It's nasty shit like that. The
Oh yeah.
titles are all about incest now. You look at them, that's what they're saying. They're mind screwing people, man, by trying to get you to have incest with your sisters and your brothers and all that.
Yep.
Also, how about Abraham with his wife Rebecca? He had to hide his wife because he was afraid that she would get that he would get killed because she was so beautiful. And I always say to people, who would enter a city where you could possibly get killed? Who would put your wife underneath? Who would take kind of chance in the first place? And then you go through this whole story. He lies to the king. The king finds out. He said the king sends him on his way with all these riches. Go on.
Mhm.
You cursed us, but here you can have all these cows and you can have these donkeys and these rams and sheep. And here's some manservants and some sheeps. And here you go on your way, man. But thanks for cursing us.
Uh-huh.
Right. And
Yep.
then he goes and does the same exact thing again in the next city that he comes along with, says the exact same thing. The story goes and repeats itself again. But only this time you really find out that Rebecca is his half sister.
Yes. Oh my dude. It's a and I like I said, I can't believe that anybody would think that laying your son on an altar, like God's gonna test you like that. Hey, I really want to see if you're down with me. You
Oh,
put your
yeah.
you put your son on
Right.
the altar and put a knife inches from his neck. That sounds like the God, the creator of all things, the one who wants life, who wants people to walk right. He's then all about death. He's all
So
about
then
death.
so now you got to ask who's asking Isaac to do this? Because we know
Mm-hmm.
it's not the Spirit of God.
No.
So we know it's something standing there that's in the flesh that's telling Isaac to do this, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to ask Isaac. So did Isaac make a deal with the devil or something later on or something saying, hey, you know what, man, I'll give up my firstborn?
Yep.
because these people in Hollywood do that. I'm not saying that
Yes.
Isaac did. I'm just saying that
Right.
in order to receive power and stuff and move up the ladder, you got to give, first rights up to your children. You might have to do something so simple as, we want to give your son a name. We get to give your son the name. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like who's Madonna? What is Madonna's daughter's name? Ella. Ella. So
Ella.
yeah, it's just
Whose
something.
daughter is that? Whose daughter is that, brother?
Madonna's daughter.
Oh, dude. Lisa Cabrera showed a video on her the other day, these pictures of her. I about puked. I
Oh, the
was
one
like,
with the heart
hold
and
on.
the daggers in the heart
No, this was, let me see here.
of Madonna. Doing the table, the 12 disciples at the table and stuff.
Hold on here. Let me show you. No, these are
The
like,
Last Supper with Madonna and 12 women. I'm serious. But there's one dude in there, man. And if you look closely at the Last Supper, those aren't all dudes. There's one chick in there.
oh gosh, bro, you've got no. Okay, let me do this and I'll enlarge it. I'm going to screenshot it and then make it bigger because it's small. So let me do this. Oh, bro, this is hideous. Okay. Let's see if I can get it here to get bigger. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's do this. Okay, flip. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you,
Got it
man.
on auto rotate.
Yeah, I always do, unless they went in and switched it on me. I mean, I always do. Let me do this and get back out of it, and then okay. Seriously, they might have fucking set it here. I'll go to my auto rotate and see if it's on.
You can screen share it. Go to just screen share it.
Oh, there's auto rotate. It's my auto rotate's on, so they're playing games, I guess. Here, let me do this. Okay, I'll go to it here. Here we go. I'll get it now. Okay. That's Madonna. That's Madonna.
That's nasty.
That's hideous, bro. The video that
how much lipo shit do you think they put in her lips?
Dude, the video she did on her was talking about how they go over and get these. They take these kids. They'll go over to like say another country and take one of the young kids and say we're adopting them and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not a good sign, folks. When these stars in Hollywood and all these people are saying, "Yeah, we're going to adopt your child,"
never even gave it any thought at all, man.
Yeah,
and nobody know anything. And next thing you know, what you got children in the back room they're sacrificing to their god Molech.
Yeah, nasty, bro. Absolutely, dude. Yeah, I haven't seen. So you were talking about Madonna, like a picture of the 12 sitting at the supper table?
Yeah, Google Madonna's Last Supper.
Oh my Lord! I will here. Hold on. Okay, Madonna's Last Supper.
It's horror, dude.
Oh
there's a
Lord.
bunch of different pictures and stuff.
Oh my God. Damn. Yes, bro. Let me here watch. I'll share screen.
Yeah, things, man. They're gnarly. So that was the room that I was in. This very video right here is what I was sharing with people.
I can't. Let me see if I can try to. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it just fine.
Dude, yeah, look at that, man. All a bunch of hoes just like with tiaras on, having a feast, a blood feast of eating flesh.
Yeah, but look all the way to the left. The woman that looks like a ghost with the dreads.
Oh yeah.
Now look at the guy next. That's a guy next to her, dude.
Yes, that is, bro. Yep.
That's why they have the arm in front of him. Because the Last Supper, there's one woman at the Last Supper too. If you look at the other one, you can spot it now.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, that looks like that Robert Pattinson dude who played in uh he played in that in those movies with that gal where it was the werewolves and the vampires. Robert Pattinson, I think is his name. Twilight. He played in those Twilight series, those movies where he was like a vampire. That it looks like him right there too. That looks just like him.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Also,
Yep.
there's one guy that kind of looks that way on Game of Thrones too.
Uh-huh. Yes.
That
Man,
looks
dude,
just like that dude.
that is grotesque. Yeah, dude, that is I mean this man, this world's
Right, but the
lost.
whole thing is supposed to be mocking Jesus, right? Mocking the
Mhm.
Last Supper, right? Why can't Christians put this connection together that this is their God? Jesus Christ is these people's God, man.
Uh-huh.
They don't get it, man. They'll sit there and they'll say, "Oh, she's mocking God." No, they're mocking you guys. They're
Yeah.
mocking you, not
Right.
God. They're mocking that you worship Jesus Christ. That's what they're mocking.
Yes. I can't believe you people like you're right. This right here it says definition of church in here. A particular number of Christians united under one form of ecclesiastical government. Hmm. Huh? Hmm? Government.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, and doesn't that tie um, Jesus and governments together? Ah,
Yeah.
it's starting to rain. I love it. Woo!
Is it?
Yeah, and it looks like it's coming down pretty hard.
Did you know that the Christmas flower, he has it in here in the 1828 dictionary, the Christmas flower is called the hellebore? I'm almost positive it's hellebore. A boar is a pig. Okay, hellebore. Yeah, hellebore plant. That is Christmas flower, the hellebore plant. And then the Christmas rose, a plant of the genus Helleborus,
The
producing beautiful
genus.
genus. Yeah, well, they use that word with plants, genus,
Yeah, is
whatever.
that a cross between a Gentile and a penis?
Genus Helleborus. Helleborus. It's got the S on the end of it. Helleborus. Hellebore plant. That's neat. That's oh man. Burpee perennials. This one's black. Um, Commonly known as the Helleborus, the Eurasian genus Helleborus consists of approximately 20 species of herbaceous or evergreen perennial flowering plants in the family Ranunculaculae or whatever it is. But um, yeah, it has Christianity in here and stuff too. And it was baptized and naming the act or ceremony of baptizing and naming initiation into the Christian religion, judgment, rule, jurisdiction. To name, to denominate, applied to things. To denominate. Why would denominate? Hmm.
Demon.
Christianism.
Isn't demon spelled Demon? Demon? Demominate?
I always say it that way. Denominate. But professing the religion of Christ as a Christian friend.
As a Christian friend, huh?
Because yeah, because they, just he doesn't care what you do. In fact, you can do this like I was just on that page here. You can do this. You can go around with this. The what the conquistadors and the Catholic Church and everybody does is slave trading. And you can slay the shit out of people. Slay, to kill, to put to death by a weapon or by violence. Um, Now there's I always like to say murder too, because if somebody's attacking me and I defend myself and they end up dying, you could say I guess I killed them or whatever, but that isn't murder. I'm defending myself. Murdering, coming and slaying people is what I think of with murdering. Slaying is like murdering. One that slays, a killer, a murderer. a murderer, an assassin, a destroyer of life. What did people do when they came here?
They
They,
kicked indoors and destroyed life. Oh, or should I
yes,
say teepees?
sure did. They sure did, brother. I'm going to try to get out of this here and pull it up. Where is? Why are you not letting me get out of this? You son of a bitches! It's like they got my computer stuck now. Okay, stop sharing. There we go. I guess that worked. Okay. Oh, okay. Here it is. Um, because I showed pictures in my last one too. I think of the Wakanda Forever, where it said he said that the conquistadors came here, bringing that hateful language. And hello, okay, I thought they muted me, but that hasn't happened in a long time. But he did that. He said where they came here, bringing in that in their dogma with them too. You know, um, okay, they brought their yeah, they brought that hateful language. They came here with that hateful language and dogma from another world. From another world, people. And that dogma was slay, 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 steal, steal, rape, rape, murder, 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 murder more, murder more. And you guys think that there's nothing wrong with that? That there's
Murder.
nothing
They tell
wrong with
you
that?
you get land for coming and murdering somebody, and then you murder for them, and then they say, "Sorry, we lied. We get the land. You don't get it."
You're right. Yep. Freaking servitude. Um, I thought I had it in here too, uh, which is different. Um, but oh, on slavery right here, bondage, the state of entire subjections of one person to the will of another. So the entire subjection. People, are you telling me right now that most people in this country aren't living in slavery? Do, uh, don't you have to get up and go to work to pay your bills? Most people are living over beyond their means, let alone paycheck to paycheck. So if you don't show up and go to work, you'll lose everything, right? You're in slavery. You're in slavery.
No, I'm free. Don't say that and remind me that I bust my ass and don't have anything. You will have nothing and like it.
Yep, damn right. Yep, you're enslaved. Yeah, you're in the slave trade, folks. You're having to wake up every day and fucking put your shit on and go to work. Now there's those other derelicts that are abusing others, and they put on their suit and tie and get up every day. Boy, the sun's shining on them, ain't it? Because they're abusing the shit out of people. They love getting up and going and doing their job. They're because they are the fucking slave traders. They love their job.
They're
They're
Wall
blessed.
Street.
Yeah, and they'll tell you they're blessed by the Creator. Mm-hmm. You sure are, aren't you?
Yeah. If we weren't blessed, why would he let us have all of this? Because he's going to show your fucking ass. He let you have it all. So when he wipes your ass off the face of the earth, they'll say, "Now what?"
Yep, one who has lost the power of resistance. You have been weakened down, and instead of standing up for what you believe in, you cave in to the demands of the wicked. You cave into them because it's easier for so-called peace to be on the streets as long as that peace means that you're not under the boot of your neck's not under the boot of somebody else. Who cares if somebody else's neck's under the boot as long as it's not mine? Fucking arrogant assholes.
Yeah, isn't it
Fucking
odd that the word ace is in peace and you have ace pilots?
mm-hmm. I like this here as a slave to passion, to lust, to ambition. Too. Yeah, just like addiction, people. I always like how people always like to use addiction with drugs. Really? There's all kinds of addictions to sex, pornography, chocolate, shopping, lavish.
Gambling,
Yep.
whores, prostitutes, lying, cheating, stealing, covering, fornicating.
Yep. Addictions to all of that shit, people. Yeah.
Actually, it's just sin. You're
Yeah.
addicted to sin.
I'm addicted to sin. I love it. Yeah. I'm addicted
Might
to
as
sin.
well face it. I'm addicted to sin. Might as well face it. I'm addicted to sin.
I love it. I'm addicted to sin. Shit, yeah, man. Freaking. Oh, I have this. I'm gonna share this on the screen too because I talked about it. And props to Brother Corey, man. It's free to pay attention. He showed this. He showed that screenshot I took in my community page of the Pope Julius II. Let me go here and do this. This is a this is right here. Let's see, the Catholic. Okay, here it is. All right. The Catholic Church decrees that Indians have souls. Wow, I didn't know the Catholic Church is the one who decrees who has a soul and who doesn't. Yeah, what they're saying is they have souls. We don't, people. So shit.
Yeah, read between the lines.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Responding to the continuing debate on Indian humanity. Look at that shit. Pope Julius II declares that Indians are descended from Adam and Eve. At the Fifth Lateran Council, which the Pope assemblies in Rome, Indians are found to have souls, and that's opposite of you. These declarations reinforce the obligation of Spanish conquistadors and colonists in North America to attempt to convert Indians to Catholicism. Wow. Spanish intellectuals approve holy wars against non-Christian Indians. Holy wars. Are you shitting me? Holy war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Right. Fucking derelicts. As the Spanish crown prepares to create a legal code to govern Spaniards' relations to Indians, it seeks advice from legal scholars and the clergy. Wow.
Clergy, huh?
Mm-hmm. The most significant contributors confirm that Spain has a legitimate claim to title to its lands in North America and to authority over the Indians living there. If that ain't
Oh,
the
really?
fucking devil, if that ain't the fucking devil, are you fucking kidding me? So you just decide that you have authority and legitimate claim to land that isn't yours. Are you kidding me, people? And you can't fucking decipher what church you fucking uh, fund and back accordingly. Oh
Right.
shit!
That makes you all guilty. All of you, man. That's the whole thing. That's how
Right.
deep it goes.
Absolutely, Christians. You know why? Because you sure love fucking saying when four people are rolling in a car and there's a fucking shooting that goes on, they're all complicit, right? Oh, hypocrites. Now the story will change. You're going to move the goalpost, aren't you? Because I know how you do it. You love moving that goalpost to fit your narrative. So now, since you funded this shit, this slave trade, you funded this fucking devil ass fucking worship bullshit. Now you want to spin the narrative and say, no, we're about righteousness and stuff, but we just need to be in power control. We need to be living lavishly, wearing ermine fur fucking faggot coats. You know, we're the ones that have to be. The narrative goes as we say. They must be little hoodlums, right? It isn't because you have a lot and they have a little that you've put them in states of uh, poverty. Fucking, you funnel guns into the hood, you funnel drugs into the hood, and you try to make them look like pieces of shit. And then we got this fucking indoctrination that somebody who puts on a suit and a tie is, oh, they're intelligent and smart and they're doing right by the world. You fucking idiots are completely spun it all backwards.
Yeah, I
White.
think that class in ethics in college is messics.
Yeah.
submissive.
Uh-huh. They also decree that wars waged against Indians in order to force them to convert to Catholicism are just. Are you kidding me? Wow. And if they don't, we're going to slay them. We will be destroyers of life.
Secret
This,
destroyers.
yeah. See, oh, yes. In that Smashing Pumpkin secret destroyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Spanish laws of Burgos formalizes the encomienda system. And I know Brother Corey touched on the encomienda system a little bit too. I've looked it up and read on it here too. Encomienda system was a Spanish labor system that rewarded conquerors with the labor of conquered non Christian people.
Imagine that. What would you call
Huh.
that? Slave.
Yep. The laborers, in theory, were provided with benefits by the conquerors. Oh, like here, we'll sell you this driver's license and we'll sell you registration and everything like that. Like that kind of benefit. Is that what you're talking about? So you can travel freely unless we decide to stop you and search you and do whatever we want to fucking do and then plant some drugs on you and shit like that and false incarcerate you and whatever we feel in the moment. Benefits. Who in the fuck are they to decide benefits? People, god damn, man. Including, oh wow, for whom they labored, including military protection and education. Wow, what a benefit to have to read the conqueror's narrative in textbook over and over and over again. That's a
Oh,
fucking benefit.
you beat the shit out of us. You killed us. You trampled us down. You give us your laws, and then you say, "Oh, we are good people."
Yeah, fucking phenomenal people, man. Great people. Great people. Um, oh, yeah, dude, it's sick, you guys. Was a form of forced and unpaid labor used by Spanish authorities and settlers in the colonies of the Spanish Empire, and they did it to the indigenous people here. Africans, quit trying to steal somebody's identity. You're no different than the other Swarties or so-called white people that are all colonizers. There were colonizers of all colors doing this shit to people. It's fucking wrong. It's wrong. I don't give a fuck. I side with those that are oppressed. I had that dumb bitch Shelly tell me I'm a bully on Facebook. I'm like laughing my nuts off. I'm like, feelings, nothing more than feelings. I'm like, let's ask all the people in my family if I'm a bully. Let's ask all the friends that I've had growing up what they think of Sean. I've never heard the word bully come out of anybody's mouth to describe me once in my life, bro. That's the first time I've been called a bully. And I mean, I might shed a tear.
What do
Oh,
you know?
fuck.
And it all comes from what? Because you started worshiping one God.
Yeah. Yeah. The creator in fucking, well, shit. In that too. The thing is that I've shown a fucking caring heart through the years. So obviously, actions speak louder than words too. The creator knows what I've done in my actions through the years. So here's the thing. You can call me whatever you want based on your feelings. It was because I put her in her place on the word retarded. And I showed her the true
Oh, they
definition
just
of
can't
it.
stand being corrected. Oh, their fucking
Right.
their ego blows up like a freaking balloon, and then it
Yep.
pops.
Yes. Yeah. And then um, and then she also said, "Oh, I haven't said nothing to you in months. Grow up." Look at the ignorance that comes out of the dumb bitch's mouth. And she is a bitch. I don't care about what she thinks because she was a bitch in high school, man. She was a I mean a bitch, bro. Like just can't even stand to think about her. She's just a bitch. But that makes no sense. Grow up because I proved you wrong. Grow up. Oh, okay. So in other words, I'm going to just let you babble and say shit out your mouth that is wrong and a lie and then I'm supposed to just sit to it. And then you hadn't said to me shit to me in months.
That's
Who
equality.
cares? Who cares when you said it? You said it. I can address it whenever I feel like it. You aren't my fucking boss, bitch.
Right. It's like one of those shorts I said where this black guy is at a LBGT march, and they're all bitching at this one black guy that's standing out there by himself, and this girl's all like, well, I think you're out here for the wrong reason. And he looks straight at her and says, who the hell are you to tell me what my reason is to be out here? I'll be out here for my reason and my reason alone. My reason's the right reason.
Yep. I know. I commented on that video.
Oh, did you?
Saw it? Yeah, no, I commented on it.
We don't get each other's.
Yeah, I'll play it on here. I'll share it. Watch it. This is perfect narcissism 101, people, right here. And then the mom jumps in. Quit harassing her.
Don't do that to me. She ain't yelling at you.
Gosh. Once you get proven wrong, and the faggot little punk at the beginning too, he flipped the script on what the guy said, and he said, "Don't tell me what to do," or something. The guy's like, "I didn't." What do you? I mean, perfect narcissism in this country 101, man. Nutbags, man. Fucking A, nutty bastards.
Devil worshippers, numbnuts, backstabbers, fudge packers.
Yeah, okay, is it on White Raptors News Ministries here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go. Yeah, I'm going to get to it. Shorts.
It's
Speedos, like Speedo shorts. You can't tell me. Oh, here it is. Okay, hold on, brother. I'll get it here. Let's see. All right, so let me share it. Nothing more than feelings. Okay, let's share this. This is a good one. I could break this down bit by bit on how narcissism works right here. I mean, I could stop it and dissect the fuck out of this, dude. It's so simple.
Well, let's hear Mastermind decipher this shit.
Here we go. This is what I've dealt with in a marriage forever. Hold on, I'll play it here. Hopefully you can hear it, because they like to mute my speaker or whatever when I play it. So I'm going to hit it right now. Here we go.
No, she's not. You. No, she's not. You're stupid. She's stupid. Excuse me.
Can you hear it?
Stupid people.
Yeah.
Don't tell me what to be. Don't tell me what to be.
Don't tell me what to do. Look at that right there. If that ain't narcissism 101, deflection, projection, and fucking spinning and twisting. He made a claim that guy made a statement he never made. This is called confusion in an argument, people. When somebody does that shit, you know you're dealing with a high-level fucking narcissistic pussy. That pussy can't fucking hold up. He's got to run his mouth without listening. The dude told him, don't tell me what to do, which he did do. Then he tells the other, he flips it right back and deflects it on the other guy who never did it whatsoever. And listen to what the dude tells him.
I didn't tell you to be anything.
You should go home.
You should go home. Why are you screaming? I should go home.
I don't think I raised my voice once.
For what? Then I should go home.
Because you're not here for the right reason.
I'm free to be wherever I want for my reason. My reason is the right reason. It's not your business. You don't have a right to tell me I'm not here for the right reason. Black people can go wherever they want. They don't about that. And they don't need a reason for white people. Do you understand that? Don't ever say that again.
Okay, we're moving on.
He looks like he's got them all scared.
He does.
Don't touch me. You leave me alone. Don't touch me.
Look at the mom. Now hug her daughter like, oh, my little poor baby. She's got a big little smart mouth on her. And then when she gets put in her place, oh, mom.
She got crushed. She got crushed. And her mother could see in her attitude that girl, she just deflated when he turned to her and said, you tell me. You tell me what I'm doing, what I should be. I don't think you're here for the right reason. He didn't even scream or yell or anything. He just straight out said, my reason's my reason. I don't care. Your reason's your reason. My reason's the right reason.
Look at these arrogant motherfuckers too, trying to say you're not here for the right reason. How stupid are these indoctrinated dumb fucks, man? These are the people you want to smack right across the fucking face.
I would have liked to ask her what is the right reason? What's your
Yeah.
reason? Oh,
Right.
that's what your reason is? Okay, well, my reason's opposite of your reason.
Right.
That's
Oh
why
yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah. My reason is to keep the truth hidden.
Right.
That's what that bitch should have said. You're not here for the right reason. Oh really? So who ordained your fucking reason to be right when and you're trying to treat this man like he's fucking like it's when the conquistadors first hit this land and fucking told them all to fucking bow to the fucking cross or we'll fucking cut your ears off and your hands off and shit and make you walk around with no fucking hands. Try to pick your nose doing that. That ain't no fun. Fucking dude, these fucking people. And see, here's the problem though. They're gonna there are a lot of haughty, light-skinned people, bro. I'm not saying there's not a ton. Suburbia 101, okay? But we gotta dodge the hijacking. It's not just that skin tone, but there are a lot like that in this skin tone. That is a sad thing, is that a lot of people have drank the fucking Kool-Aid and they feel like and like brother Corey and I talk about what happened here, guys, is just like in that People's History of the United States book, the peasants, the poor people were banding together against it was the haves versus the have-nots. People were tired of fucking getting up and working fucking 16-hour days for breadcrumbs. So they fucking started rebelling and fighting back. So what did they do? They threw some breadcrumbs to people. Let's see who will take the breadcrumbs that we throw out there, and then we can incorporate this class called middle class. We won't have just the fucking haves and have-nots anymore. We'll add a third class to this called the middle class. And guess what? We're going to give them just enough of a taste of the breadcrumbs to think that they can chase this fucking fake dream of wealth in material possessions. But then we're going to also keep them, and then also that they can look at themselves as above the other people right below them financially that are in poverty. So we've got it going good. Now we've taken the onus off of us piece of shits who suppress everybody. And now nobody's looking at us because the middle class wants to be like us. So now they're going to shit all over the fucking people that don't have what they have and call them worthless bags of shit that won't get up and work. Lace up your
Wow.
boots. See how it worked, bro? They fucking incorporated the middle class, gave them just enough taste of single homes. They will approve them for a single home family house. They can move out to suburbia and get away from the poor people. And then guess what we'll do? We'll turn them on the poor people, and our hands are washed clean of it. We've got them fucking goats doing the acts that we want them to do against the poor people. And our hands are washed clean of it because we're plausible deniability, motherfucker. We're not forcing you to do it. You're doing it because you want what we have. You want our riches. You want our fame and riches. So now we got you doing the dirty work for us. You're our little fucking pawns, bitches. You okay, brother?
Something went down the wrong pipe.
I couldn't see you because I was in that screen. I was like, okay, I'm making sure my bro's all right. Fucking see, so yeah,
I had to plug in my computer. It's down to 10%.
Okay, I'll play the rest of this.
Are you harassing me because I'm a woman?
No, I'm harassing you because you're
Wow. Stop that right there. Harassing me. Now, here comes another spin and deflection move of a dumb little narcissistic histrionic bitch. Harassing me because I'm a woman? Where did that come from? Did he ever say that? No, he didn't. So she incorporated conjecture and babble into a statement to add fucking confusion. This is what I dealt with in my home all the fucking time.
Well, what's more baffling about it, brother, is he's just one guy in a crowd of, a march, man, by himself. How is he a threat to them?
Right. Probably because he whooped the fuck out of their asses.
Yeah, he looked like a pretty big boy.
Yeah, and even just that, man, I'm telling you, when the creator wants something done, bro, that doesn't always mean that I'm like he wants something to happen. Like I'm saying, like you read the patriarchs and shit, the books of the patriarchs and like Levi and Judah and stuff, when their sister was raped, Dinah, they went and whooped a whole town's ass, bro. I don't doubt that at all. The creator wants something done, it will get done. No matter
Yeah.
no matter what wickedness comes against it, the creator always wins. He always wins, folks. No amount of any wickedness is going to whoop the creator's ass. No matter how much they think so in their pride, the creator wins. So you're all picking, all of you that are worshiping Christianity and idols, you're picking the wrong side. You picked the wrong fucking side. You're going, bro. That's not a place. So the dad didn't even, and look, where's the effeminate emasculated dad in this equation?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah,
No dads
see,
in
like
there.
that's why it's, huh?
No dads. You nailed it.
Yeah,
They don't
he's
want to have
there.
anything to do with that shit.
Yeah, I think he's there helping hold the sign up too or whatever. But that's why I love watching stuff together with brothers, because we'll see different things. We pick apart different things. And like and then you utilize what John saw and what I saw and blend it together, it's just a mass of ass whooping information on your asses, because we bring out truths and we see, and the creator made us all different. We see things differently. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're utilizing it for good instead of evil. So the dad, the emasculated little bitch ass dad, is standing there. He should tell his wife to shut the fuck up and his daughter to shut the fuck up. Honestly. But guess what? Oh gosh, mom then would fucking tell him he's sleeping in the doghouse. I'd tell you, go fuck yourself, bitch. You're out of here. Fucking because you're a nuisance in a loudmouth. And then the son, he was the first one that they show in this, popping off his mouth, like defending sis. I know what that feels like. I did that as an older brother to no avail, because she's a worthless, empty shell bag of shit that doesn't appreciate anything either. But I did it out of just that natural feeling to protect your sister, younger sister. So yeah, the mom is popping off in the daughter here, and she used, "Are you harassing me because I'm a woman?" Wow. Indoctrination 101, people. I am not against the woman, okay? Like I had a lot of anger in my heart for women after this divorce, when going through the divorce thing that happened and stuff, because I got burned badly. I am not against women, okay? If I am about women being righteous and contributing to the home in a very caring, loving way. Women, it's supposed to be a unity. We are supposed to work together for the greater good of the creator, not against each other. And I see that with 432 the drop, and them talking about, yeah, man, we got to be careful. We can't get too patriarchal. And I understand. I'm always learning. Okay, I know this though. I was very loving in my marriage, very caring. I was actually too emasculated. Okay, so I had to find my strength as a man, my man card back. But I'm not an abuser, a patriarchal abuser by any stretch. I don't say a woman should just walk around and never open her mouth or do anything. That's fucking ignorance. I'm not prideful and arrogant. But I don't. But what the women are doing today, a majority of them are fucking wrecking homes. You're not contributing to the unity of a husband and wife. You are wrecking homes. You are home wreckers.
That's what they are, man. And there's 10% of the country of women are home wreckers, if not more. They're
10%.
just
10? Did you say 10%?
Well, you got to cut half the population into women. 330 million American, you have about 170 that are million. So you have about 17 million women that are out here in America that are just home wreckers. That's a lot of home wreckers, bro. 17 million home wreckers.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I'm with you. I thought it might even be higher than that too, because
Yeah, I would say so.
because with
Maybe
all this,
33%.
yeah, because with social media and everything, it made it. See, and this is the thing. Like I said, technology can be for good. There's always good and evil that can come out of it. Like right now, we can use technology to reach people with truth. It's easier, like Kira Mayo, to put out a video on the Atlantic slave trade and reach a boatload of people with a video like that than him standing in the street and talking about the Atlantic slave trade and having people listen. It's easier that way. So he's utilizing it for good. Okay. For
Right.
truth to come out. But
Mm-hmm.
it can also be used for evil. Women and men sneaking around behind their fucking spouse's back, trying to hook up with old flames or whatever.
All these sites. That's exactly what Facebook was all about when it came out. Was
Yeah.
hooking up with your old high school flings.
Yep.
You know how easy it is to hook up with one of the I'm telling you, brother, a line that is so used on those sites, man, is all you got to do is tell one of those girls that you knew in high school, I had such a crush on you in high school, they'll melt into your arms. Oh, really?
Yeah, because everything on TV has been pushed to demonize your husband and make you feel like you're unhappy in your marriage and shit like that, and your marriage is horrible and all of this, and you've got an oppressor of a man and all this shit. I mean, they spoon fed you this bullshit.
Excuse
and
me.
I'm not saying there aren't men like that, because there are men like that.
Yeah,
But
there's
that doesn't
17
mean
million
all are.
mail home wreckers too.
Yep, sure. Absolutely. That doesn't mean all men are like that, though. Just like I said, all women aren't fucking bad either. But right in this time frame we're in, there's a lot. The majority of people are lost, and
Right. I don't have
living.
anything against women either, brother. It's the women that have been led down the road the wrong way and are serving Jesus Christ as God. I have a problem. I don't have a problem with a woman that I say I share the truth with. There's a small number of women out there I can share the truth with. They'll subscribe to the channel. They'll support you. They'll say thank you for the information. I'm so glad that I've come across your channel. And then you have 90% of them that you share the information with, and they call you a liar.
Yep. Right. And
those are the ones that I have zero respect for.
Absolutely, bro. And that's what I mean. Like, you see there's a lot of women that are very haughty and they don't want to learn. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hear a man's perspective on anything. They just know it all. They've taught you, you don't need a man. You don't need a man. Well, really? Who are you running to then? Because you're running to somebody. Government?
Well, yeah, it's funny you say that, bro. I got a strong point here to make. You don't need a man? Okay. Who's your boss? Who pays your check? Who do you work for? What's the company you work for? Is it a man? Do you work for a man? Does a man sign a check? Do you go to work each morning for a man? I would say that you do need a man, because this country, though it was built on the backbone of slaves, indigenous folk, guess what? You still need freaking man, because that's what this country was built by. Men, not freaking women.
Yeah. In the labor force, absolutely, brother. The man's hands are built for that. We're built stronger specimens, and that's exactly accurate. You're gonna put a woman and a man in a mine mining for mining for ore, for gold, for metals and stuff like that. And are you gonna tell me that on the majority that men aren't going to outlast women in that line of work? Come on, be real with yourself. Are you serious? That's just facts. It's facts. It's not hate. It's called facts. We've lost reasoning with facts, people.
Of course they have. You got women who are standing in the cage now with men, thinking that they can whoop men's asses. Have you seen any of those videos? I mean, I only watch it because it tickles me to think.
Yeah, it gives you a laugh. We need laughs in this.
It does.
Believe me. Yeah,
you see this?
We need a laugh.
Well, when you see a woman who's 6 foot, they take the best professional female woman fighter against a little scrawny dude, and he still whoops her ass, man. Just throws her down on the ground, freaking climbs on top of her, mounts her, twists around, puts her in rear naked chokes. I mean, and this girl, she's capable of throwing kicks over his freaking head. She's a good 6 to 7 inches taller than him, outweighs him.
Wow.
He's bigger than he is, and he just demolished her, man. A little guy. He demolished, and he was just playing with her. He was just patting her, just these little rabbit punches and stuff, and he would throw her down to the ground, no freaking problem, take her down. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And women really think that they are compatible with men, that they can stand toe to toe. Those are the kind of ignorant women that need to have their heads like that little girl in the bar that day.
Oh, yeah. Whoop-oo! Whoop-oo! Yep, right. They got to this point and level where they feel like they can lay hands on men and it's okay. But then the second a man stands up for himself, oh, he's an abuser. He's this or that. Right. Way to spin a narrative, nutbags. I mean, you have the right to lay your hands on somebody, but then they don't have the right to defend themselves. You're fucking nuts. You need mental help, a lot of it. And unfortunately, you're probably not going to find it.
Do you think that a lion out in the safari is going to let a lioness eat on his ass and not do anything?
Right. Yeah, go ahead, hon. Slay me. Yeah,
bite my ass and see what happens.
Right. Fucking, oh my God. Let's see how much of this is left. Let me click this real quick and we'll see.
It's done. That was it.
Oh, okay, that was it. See, watch, you'll see the dad. He's right. Oh, they pan it so fast, I think.
Stupid people.
I thought there was a dad there. Maybe there's not.
Don't tell me what to be. I didn't tell you to be.
Don't tell me what to be.
You should go home.
I didn't tell you to be a stupid person.
Why were you screaming? I should go
I don't
home.
think I raised my voice once.
But why are you saying I should go home?
Because you're not here for the right reason.
I'm free to be wherever I want for my reason. My reason is the right reason. It's not your business. You don't have a right to tell me I'm not here for the right reason. Black people can go wherever they want. And they don't need a reason for white people. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Don't ever say that again.
Okay, we're moving on.
Do you understand that?
He looks nervous too, the son.
Please stop
Don't
talking
touch
to
me.
her.
You leave me alone.
I wouldn't touch you. Why are you harassing her
Would
right
you
now?
talk to her?
Are you harassing me because I'm a woman?
Honey, you ain't no woman.
He should have told them, I don't think kids are out here for the right reason.
Right.
What's your reason? What are you out here for? Oh, you're out here acting like an abomination to the Lord, pushing the LGBTQ. You're going to burn in hell.
Was that what that was?
It was some kind of LGBTQ or some bullshit like that.
Oh, yeah. Hey, people, I got an article that came across. When I read these articles, I pin, it's just so easy to just pin where they lay confusion in. I think I showed this one on Facebook, brother. There was an article that said about blood, FDA allowing gay men in monogamous relationships. Here it is. FDA eases blood donation ban on gay and bisexual men in monogamous relationships. Bisexual, monogamous. Bisexual, monogamous.
Hold on. After the third time, my head spun around. How do you get monogamous by bi?
I'm still trying to figure that out, my brother.
Is that like a Trinity's all one?
It racks my brain. I can't take it. Monogamous and bisexual. So what does that mean? He has one woman that he sleeps with and one man that he sleeps with, but that's not monogamous. That's bi. Oh,
right. and that
Huh.
means two.
Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. Wow.
That's very crafty on that one right there. Now you understand the craftiness of this language, man, being a split tongue.
Yes.
That's a perfect example right
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yep. And then another one they used was in an article talking about, in an article they were talking about, let me see here. I got it. It was, it was that girl, that gal up in Connecticut or New Hampshire or whatever, that mom that killed her 3 children, and then jumped out the second floor window. And the
Oh,
dad
what'd
is
she
sitting,
do? Break her ankle?
fucking yeah. And then the dad and the husband is preaching to forgive his wife and that he loves her and the family was the most important thing ever to him and shit and all this. And I'm like, wow, look at the indoctrination of just forgive the
It's
murdering
okay.
mom.
It's okay.
She killed your 3 children, and that's what you're sitting here talking about is forgiving her. She was mentally struggling. Well, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, we need medical diagnosis to come up with another name for something to scapegoat the actions of somebody, right? I mean, fucking A. And the article said this. The site also notes that only a small number of women with this diagnosis experience commands of violence. Listen to that. Only a small number of women with this diagnosis, they're talking about postpartum. That's when it hits the woman that she's actually got to be a wife and a mom and can't go out hoeing out anymore, and she struggles with it. That's a good excuse for postpartum. Okay. Yeah. Oh, because what? You're seriously depressed about giving birth to a miracle? Really? Man, then because that hoeing shit with all your friends and shit and going happy hours and
The
sucking
world,
any guy's
man.
dick.
The world, bro. Everybody wants to be in the world. They want to be out there at the bar. They want to be drinking. They want to
Yep.
be bumping and grinding and dancing and laughing and having a good time and,
Yeah,
possibly having group sex.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're missing it out on everything in the world, man. Being a fucking family person just doesn't cut it for them, I guess. So,
Yeah, I
it
felt
said
terribly.
only a small number of women with this diagnosis experience commands of violence. In less than 4 sentences later, here it is. The Hatters and Resnick study adds the next paragraph, bro, and this is less than, like I said, 4 sentences away, 2 sentences away. The Hatters and Resnick study adds that 69% of the mothers they studied experienced auditory hallucinations, while 78% described hallucinations commanding they murder their child. 78% is only a small number of women with this diagnosis that experience commands of violence. 78% is a small number. Huh. Interesting.
It's a small number of only those that get it.
Right. Yeah.
But those that get it are 78% out of their head and they're whack.
Fucking A, dude. Look how they try to confuse people with only a small number of women experience commands of violence, but 78% of them that experience it described hallucinations commanding they murder their child. I'd call 78% a fairly high number.
I
Not
would call
only a
that
small
a terrifying high number.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, the children were, I think, 5, 3, and 8 months old. Bro, you're telling me that I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know what they put out anymore.
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Anything that you have a parent talking to the press shortly after something like that, I ain't gonna want to talk with any fucking buddy. Number one,
right?
My wife just killed it. I ain't fucking wanting to talk to anybody. Stay the fuck away from me. Leave me alone. Let me fucking process. I ain't here to talk to you fucking idiots right now, man. Just get the fuck away from me would be my attitude.
Right.
Not telling me, my wife had problems. It's just all sounds like fucking bullshit.
Bullshit. Stories. Indoctrination. emasculate the man and tell and see, and that's because they know we're in these end days where shit's getting ready to hit the fan. It already has, really. I mean, shit's already hit the fan, people. So, and so they're pushing that same old shit. Forgive, forgive, forgive the murderer, forgive the murderer, forgive this, forgive that, because that's what they want you to do is constantly forgive their actions of slaying people, murdering, raping, pillaging,
I
stealing,
think
you
I
name it.
think that's a spell.
I
That's a
agree.
spell. Forgive.
Yeah, they've got
Forgive.
your. You want to talk about?
Let us rob and rape and pillage, man. Forgive us.
They got you. You look like an old. Now that's funny how usually you catch like Corey or me in Japanese flicks, martial arts flicks. They had you rolling good. They got you good, Socrates, Aristotle. You were like this, and like no words were coming. Oh man, they fucking with us, bro. That's funny shit, bro. I love it. That was funny though. Oh man, but right, like you said, it is a. I agree 100%. I think it's a hardcore spell. They that emasculation thing of just accept whatever occurs, just
the other
accept
cheek.
it. Mm-hmm.
Turn the other cheek.
Yep.
Just brother. Don't sweat
Yeah.
it. Forgive him. Let it go. I mean, he only screwed your wife the one time. I mean, you can't forgive him for that.
Right. And then they always like to use this too, like with this woman who woman that murdered her children or whatever and stuff. They always like to say, but she was such a loving, caring woman. I mean, it's always the same old fucking song and dance, but she was so loving and caring. And I mean,
I don't understand it.
Yeah. I don't get it. No, she was always had a smile on her face. Look at the indoctrination. Just everybody walk around with a smile on your face.
Yeah. And then you might end up killing your 3 kids.
Yeah. Fucking Chucky. Chucky walked around with a smile on his face all the time. That little doll. He fucking walked around with a smile and a knife in his hand in his hand.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking
dude, I always hated little fucking doll movies, man, running around with fucking a knife in their hand. I don't watch those horror fucking movies, man. I like them.
No, they were free.
I don't like them at all.
Yep, I agree. Slavery, bondage, the entire subjection of one person to the will of another. And I like this too. It says here, people, slavery may proceed from crimes, what they designate as crimes, right? So from captivity or from debt. Debt. I just brought that up earlier. I didn't even know that was in here, but it's just logic and reason. When they've got you thinking you owe them, thousands of dollars on credit cards and fucking on your home and all this shit and all that, you wake up every day to go fucking pay the man. Okay. Slavery is also voluntary or involuntary. Voluntary when a person sells or yields his own person to the absolute command of another. Involuntary when he is placed under the absolute power of another without his own consent.
That would be civilians and the military.
Yes.
When you go in, you give yourself in command completely up to your master. And then us, the civilians, we're under this oppression without, against them. We don't put it.
Yeah, these benefits and privileges we're in, we're given because we pay for them. You people pay for them. Do you not? We're trying to help you out, man. I don't get it. Like you're paying for privileges, like driver's license to travel freely. How in the fuck did anybody say that you don't have the right to travel freely without somebody blocking your path, or they can just pull you over because of a fucking supposed taillight license plate light missing or something like that? I mean, it's like you people, the pride of people is astonishing. That I have the right because I'm special and I'm middle class and I'm upper class. And so I don't really, I mean, I don't get how people can't figure out this whole system is based on money. This whole system is all about money. Pay enough money, you don't go to jail, court. You can buy your way out of anything. I don't get it. I don't get it.
See?
Commercial. You know how you talked about your dad, like, hey, man, give me that, man. Give me that.
Trust. There's your
Dang
God right there.
They don't mean that. They don't mean that. Whatever, man. What do they call them on TV? Commercials, don't they? Commercials, commercials. Huh. Commercial definition pertaining to commerce or trade.
Yeah.
Commercial relations. Trying to constantly sell you something, indoctrinate your brain. Sell. Yep. Brother. All right, it's 10 o'clock here. I'm going to hit it, man. That was fun, bro. I love it. Yeah, this is some really good topics touched on, bro. Nice. I love those shorts you're putting out, brother. Those are awesome, man. Like that one right there. Dude, when I watched it, I just dissected it as I watched it like that, and I was just like, wow, the twisting, the spinning, the deflection. I'm like, this is the histrionic narcissist at its fullest, man. And no husband in the picture at all from the other side, That man was schooling them on facts and education, putting them their foots right back in their mouths. And they see how people act. Look at the society we are in, how people act when they get corrected. They fucking babble,
they
throw
blow
anything
up
out there. In too much quarreling, the truth is lost. Huh?
Exactly. They lose it. Once you check somebody, I mean, they could make the most stupid freaking comment in the world, man, and you could correct them and say, that ain't wrong. That ain't right, man. Here, let me show you. And then you tell them the truth, and they get freaking bent on it. Bent.
Yeah. Bent, boy. What a motherfucker, man. How dare him show me facts and truth. My feelings are always the most important. The live I did last night showing Little Shaman's video about jumping to conclusions. That short, 12-minute video she did was spot on, bro. Jumping to conclusions based off feelings, no evidence to back up what they say or anything, just their feelings. And you're somehow an asshole for showing them truth and facts, man. That's a nutty son of a bitch right there.
Sure hell is.
Humility,
all right, brother,
freedom
from out.
Yeah, I'm going to read humility definition real quick before I want to leave with this. Freedom from pride and arrogance, humbleness of mind, a modest estimate of one's own worth, a deep sense of one. Oh God, I ain't gonna. That's one's own unworthiness in the sight of God, self-abasement, penitence for sin, and submission to the divine will. That's bomb. Submission to the divine will, people. You should know what's right and wrong, and it shouldn't be that hard to do and follow through with it. So, all right, brother, love you, man. As always, it's a pleasure. Folks, we'll come at you live and direct here again soon.
All right, man.
Blessings
much love,
and
man.
peace to all peace. You bet, brother. Peace to you, brother.
Later.
Shalom.